I will say that the DTG3, when we got it, within 30 days, it paid for itself. And I don't say that just in a monetary value, because I've been doing maritime law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've done countless amount of boating fatalities, but with having the ROVs, it makes it where you can actually get quick closure for a family. I'm Master Deputy Dirk Williamson. I'm the lead Marine unit of the Polk Sheriff Office. I'm also the Polk Sheriff Office dive team coordinator. So we attended this training because we purchased a DTG3 a year ago, used in several applications. And then once we saw the class, used it as advanced training, brought in my counterpart who's not been any kind of training to help him out with learning about Deep Trekker and all the side scans, sonars, and capabilities of everything. We use ROV continuously a month. So right now I'm going around the entire county and using the ROV to check lakes, because we have 558 named lakes in the county. That's not including all of the retention ponds and ponds in these HOA communities. So we're putting the ROV in to check these ponds for cold case missing person, stolen cars that were dumped. We also use it for all of our boating fatalities. We also use it for whenever we have a missing person, elderly patient, children that go off, autistic kids that go off, and So I would say the huge key takeaways with the training is, one is actually seeing the other ROVs that's on the market and the newer, because ours is the older style, the G3, still a great unit, does a great job for us. But seeing the applications of the newer units and what they can do, because Deep Trekker, they've been well with helping us out. Any issues that we found with the ROVs, we're able to get the ROVs out, try them out, and along with helped out with defining side scan, because side scan is a very perishable skill. And even though people have been, fishing on bass boats for years, and they're used to seeing fish and underwater structures, they're not really used to being able to see bodies and then even knowing what they're looking at. Even my partner, my novice partner, helping them out with seeing and understanding what you're looking at with side scanning. And on my side, I'm dealing more with the logistics and boating fatalities, because I'm not usually on the water as much anymore. I'm doing the whole incident plan, so went over more of a bigger picture incident plan to help out with coordinating different roles and titles for everybody. So when we first got the ROV, I worked with one of our counterpart agencies, Seminole County Sheriff Office, and that was one of the same questions I was wondering how it works with the divers, because that is a big question, the public safety divers, and ran into the same exact issue in Levy County when we were helping Levy County during the hurricane with some dive missions. And the divers initially think that it's actually going to phase them out in a job, and it will not. It actually works as a great pairing, because we dive in zero visibility waterways, so we can't see where we're going. You don't have visibility within a foot in front of your face. So when we have marked targets, a car that maybe in the water that I found with side scan on the boat, or a drowning victim that I found with side scan on the boat, you still have to do a crude mark it with some kind of floating buoy, and then you have to put the divers in and do blind sweeps to reacquire whatever target you're trying to find. Versus the ROV, I'm now not exhausting divers to dive on targets, unknown targets, and then divers can easily follow the ROV tether and go straight to the dive target. So there's no more waiting another 30 minutes, to an hour trying to find the dive target. They're straight on the target, and we're able to recover whatever we're trying to find quickly. I will say that the DTG3, when we got it, within 30 days, it paid for itself. And I don't say that just in a monetary value, because I've been doing maritime law enforcement for almost 20 years. I've done countless amount of boating fatalities. In years past, sometimes we had to unfortunately wait for the body to float. And then now we have, technology with side scan, but with having the ROVs, it makes it where you can actually get quick closure for a family. We had, unfortunately, a boating fatality in the south end of the county with two gentlemen on a PWC, and one of them drowned after being ejected off of it. When the sheriff office got the call to where we actually closed out the call, it was only within hours. The dive industry in years past, that is completely unheard of. So when we do our dive operations, boating fatalities, it's at all hands on deck. So we'll have usually 4 boats out with 2 deputy sheriffs, usually out of my office, out of special operations. We have supervisors, we have patrol deputies holding the scene, holding the vehicle. We have our air drones flying around. We also have our helicopter flying around continuously all day and all night, looking for these victims and helping out closure for the family. So If you look on the monetary side, finding the victim within hours saved the taxpayers countless dollars, along with you're putting now these members back in the field to go back to work to help handle 911 calls and keep working in the county and keep the county going. So it has a twofold. One, closure for the family, because the family loves quick closure and helps them with the process. And then two, for the taxpayers.